Hello friends, I am Ankit and welcome to my channel. I am here with my daily predictions and analysis for US30 and US100, and we are going to look with the help of candlestick charts and indicators what can be expected today and what should be our trading strategy. Remember, today is an important event. When the Fed is going to release the minutes of meeting, it carries several nuggets from what to expect, what is going to be the stance of Fed with respect to not only the interest rate, with respect to the bond buying program, and we are going to look into a wholesome approach with the help of charts and indicators that how the markets are going to behave and which position to take just before the minutes are released, such that we can benefit the maximum, such that we can profit the maximum. So stay tuned till the last. As shared today morning that 35,150 has been achieved at the high, and also US100 broke on the upside and achieved 14,675 levels. Now right now trading at 34,900 and 14,590 levels. Let's see what lies ahead for the day. I am going to give you the trading levels to watch out for. Also listen to the analysis, it carries several nuggets which can benefit in your day trading decisions. Now let's start with US100 first. Now look at the US100 chart, and when you see the US100 chart, it is formed as a kind of mega form pattern, achieved a high here. You can see it has achieved the high, but bulls are not taking the charge in the markets, and bears are trying to pull it back. However, it has got its support fairly in place at 14,570 14,550 levels. Now if you see it breaking below 14,550, how far this could drop? This can again try to come back towards 14,300 and 14,280 levels, remember, and breaking this zone at 14,280, it can break sharply towards 14,100 again. So let me show you something historically on the candlestick chart. Now remember the pattern which we are seeing on daily charts, isn't it something like this? A smaller candle, then couple of a step, and then a bigger green candle. That is what exactly we have seen here, but still fairly taking it in a bearish zone, or still keeping the bearish note here. And now you can see the highs if you connect here, barring these two breakouts. So these are the two breakouts is and achieved lower highs here. Also one should notice that achieved lower highs. Now you can see these are the couple of trading channels which is trying to form. Now this high at 14,680 14,700 is important for us. If it breaks this zone at 14,680, definitely it might try to achieve 14,830, and in fact on the upside can go till toward 14,950 levels and 15,000 levels. Now till the time it remains below this, probably I will expect it to drop, because it is seen a high here. Now it might try to drop a bit, it might try to retrace towards 14,300 levels possibly. That is my expectation on the daily chart. But on the daily charts we must not forget that lower highs here has been formed, and also here higher lows has been formed, and lower highs has been formed. So high right now is at positioned at around 15,800 levels. So if it continues to rise, it may try to give it a stronger resistance for any upside move. We have seen this many a times earlier, that 14,830 levels are going to provide a stronger resistance. Now look at the 4-hour charts. On the 4-hour charts you can see, now here is the support available, and this is the channel in which it's trading. It is the channel in which it is trading since now. If it breaks this zone here at 14,500, you can say 560, once 14,560 is taken, probably we may see it falling sharply again. Now how far this could go, you can see, I will show you something. As you can recall my day before yesterday's analysis, I had shared that it is trying to form a symmetry. It may try to achieve lower highs, and 14,600 was my expectation, that is achieved. Now also it is trying to form this, it is trying to consolidate here, but you can see higher lows is something of my worry point. If it breaks this zone at 14,560 14,550, definitely you can expect it to achieve 14,300, and a probable trading target at 14,300 can be taken. At the same time, breaking 14,700, you can go long for 14,830. Now look at this on the 3-hour charts. On the 3-hour charts, similar is the formation, getting the support here, higher highs, trading it sideways in this channel, waiting for the minutes here. Oh, and if it breaks this zone at 14,560, definitely it will try to come back till towards 14,480, and in fact on the downside it can break again heavily towards 14300 350 zone. So it appears, also remember, it is seen, you can say this high has been paralleled, and the drop here, this is the liquidity gap which is being covered here. Probably from here it may try to drop again and completing this retracement on the Fibonacci levels, and now probably looking forward on a downside. Hence appears it might try to give you a little bearish move. Now look at this on the 2-hour chart. On the 2-hour charts we have seen 4 consistent green candles, and the bulls is still very much there, bears not in control. However, this time it has achieved lower lows, and in fact the highs is also achieved here on the upside. So now if it breaks this zone at 14,560 550, definitely you can take a short entry for 14,480 levels, and then below that it will try to break heavily towards 14,350 14,500 levels. Now similar is the formation on the hourly charts. Now come back to 4-hour charts. Now this is a 4-hour candle, and remember, after this candle there will be another candle in which the Fed will release its minutes. The last hour of that candle, the Fed is going to release the minutes. So we have to see how far it could drop. Either if it drops before the Fed, if you see it dropping here till 14,300 350 zone, it may try to retrace back again and give you a greener candle. Remember, it may try to retrace back and give you a greener candle and end the markets in green. So if you see it dropping before the Fed minutes, if you see it dropping, if you see it achieving 14,300 levels, probably we might see it rising with the minutes release, and it may try to rise up strongly. And remember, that time it is going to be the second red candle it has to form, and from there how high it could go, that the candle will decide. But yes, beyond that it may try to fly again strongly. And if you see it rising now, maybe if it tries to achieve 14,830 now, trying to provide a stronger bullish candle similar like this, something like this. So if it breaks out beyond 14,700, and it might give you a stronger green candle like almost 200 points. So here also you might get from 14,600 to 230 points. So 14,830 can be achieved here. From there it may try to take a sharp dip again, coming back towards this zone at 14,600, and then below that it might try to hit 14,400. Now this is one of the expectation. Now let's have a look at the 3-hour charts. On the 3-hour charts, it is going to be the third consecutive candle where it is going to where the minutes are going to release. Now at that point, see, the bullishness is diminishing here, only breaking this zone at 4,700 you can go long. Else right now it is looking downwards. Probably it may try to, once it breaks 14,550 560 zone, definitely you can expect it to hit 14,480, and below that it might try to come back till towards 14,300 levels before trying to retrace back on the upside. So a couple of observations. I am going to give you the trading levels. Stay tuned with me. Now let's have a look at the indicators here. Indicators on the daily charts. First come back to the indicators on the daily charts. You will find that see, this is the 20 period moving average here, which is trying to give it a support and trying to prevent it from dropping at around 14,560 570 levels. So once it draws below this zone at 14,560, I will expect it to drop further sharply, and it will try to form another red candle which will try to take it towards 14,300. And in fact, this time if it breaks this zone at 14,250 280, definitely it will break sharply towards 14,100 also. So I'll be watchful of that, and yes, we might or we can expect that to happen. But on the upside, on the flip side, if it breaks here at 14,700, definitely you can expect that it is trying to reverse. Now look at the indicators here. A detrended price oscillator is still in red. Stochastic has reversed from here. So if you recall this, coming back to this, if you recall, see, this is the stochastic, and this was the channel I had formed in my weekly analysis also, where I had expected it to, you can say, this channel I had formed. And in Monday's analysis, I had drawn this channel and expected that probably it might achieve this, and from there we can see a drop. Now see, the stochastic is absolutely achieved this. From here we may or we can expect that it can try to drop again, and that is why I expect that probably we might see 14,300 if it breaks this zone. Now also once again coming back to this, you can see this level at 14,550 is very important. Not only it will try to, so this is the 20 period moving average and the simple exponential moving average and the simple moving average, giving it a stronger support at 14,560 levels. Now if this breaks at 14,560, it will try to hit here at 14,480. Then from there it may try to drop towards 14,300 and below levels. Once it breaks 14,250 today, it will break towards 14,100 also. Remember, it can break till towards 14,100 also if it continues to drop on the downside. On the upside, yes, once it breaks 14,700, then 14,750 and 830 are the targets. Probably it may try to give you sharper green candle also, which will try to take it towards here 14,900 and 950 zone, which may get achieved today, probably if it continues to rise beyond 14,830 also. But let's have a look at the 4-hour charts. On the 4-hour charts, you will find that here you go and you can see that the highs here at a 50 period moving average, exponential and simple, trying to give it a resistance at around 14,620. And also this is a long time resistance, which I have told several times that 14,620 and 14,830 are very important resistance level for US100. Also on the downside, you can see this blue line. Now it is trying to give it a support at 14,550. So breaking 14,550, you can go short for 14,480 levels. Below that, here is the 20 period moving average, which will come into picture at 14,410, and then 14,300 will get achieved. It may try to drop till towards here. I expect that it can drop. Now look at the stochastic. The stochastic on a 4-hour chart is overbought, looking forward to a drop, and that is why I say probably we can expect it to drop off a bit. But remember, if it drops till towards 14,300 14,400 zone before FOMC minutes, it can try to retrace back again towards 14,620 levels. So take your positions accordingly. Now look at the MACD lines are converging but parallel, and RSI is comfortable. So considering all this, let me give you the levels and be watchful of these levels. Once the minutes are released, don't trade for next 5 minutes. Once the minutes are released, it may try to probably swing for next 5 minutes once the minutes are released. So don't trade, let the positions get cut, let the market to decide a direction. Rather take 10-15 minutes. Nothing happens if you earn less rather than lose more. So better to earn less rather than lose more, and that is the perfect saying which implies to this situation. So take your positions accordingly. Now let's have a look at the probable targets for the day. So as I said, go long at 14,620 again. The next target is 14,680. And if you see from here also it can drop, but once it goes beyond 14,680 and then 14,720. If it goes beyond 14,720, directly it will hit 14,780 and 14,830. Now these two levels can be in fact achieved if it goes and trades beyond this zone at 14,680 levels, then only beyond 14,830 I will expect it to hit 14,900 and 14,950. See, these are markets, anything is possible. I cannot go with my bias, and hence, but yes, if you see it trading bullish before the minutes, or if you at the release of the minutes, at the very first minute of the release of the minutes, if you see it rising strongly, then mark my words, it is going to drop. It is going to go on the other side. It has just gone up, or it has just gone down to eat the stop losses, and probably let the traders take position in extreme panic, or close position in extreme panic, and then decide the direction. So take your positions accordingly. Now let's have a look on the downside. If you see it trading below 14,550, take a short entry here. It is going to hit 14,480 levels, and then 14,450, 14,400. Now till here it's fine. It can in fact bounce back. On the downside, my expectation for it is to hit 14,300 at least, but in between it may try to get a little support at 14,360 and 14,300. plus minus 5-10 points you should always keep as a cushion. First let it take a direction, then only take a position. Don't immediately place an order and say that it has gone 2 points up and I have lost. So boss, you have to wait, you have to just not place the order, just it is gone for a fraction of seconds, maybe a second or so, then please don't do this. This will make you lose. First try to see the direction and then only trade. Now below 14300, 14250 another support. Below this it can break towards 14100. So if not today, then tomorrow it can probably. So take your positions accordingly. Now let's have a look at US30. Now look at the 4-hour charts for US30, and if you look at closely here, you can see this was the resistance level. I have shouted here that it is going to drop from here. It did. It dropped nicely. Drop, retracement, drop, consolidation, drop, consolidation, and rise. This is retracement. Now consolidating here. Now there are two ways. First, if it is really bearish, it may try to go further down, and this time it is going to achieve lower lows. It may try to hit 34,000 before trying to take a drop. Now if it can achieve it in couple of candles, that's fine, else it may try to achieve in long run. Else the second option is to achieve, see it has already achieved this, you can see it has already achieved this. So a retracement probably till here is over, and it has achieved the high at 35 100 200 zone. That is what we can expect, or we had expected. Now if you can see this, so a probable downside on the 4-hour chart is taking it towards 34,300 zone. If it continues to drop from here. Now let's have a look at the 4-hour charts. On the 4-hour charts, consistently lower highs been provided. This is a retracement, a breakout, and still coming back in this zone. Now if it breaks beyond 35,000, then you can take a long entry. Definitely it will give you good levels towards 35,200 and 220, and 35,300 can be, rather 35,400 can be expected. So if you see it trading beyond 35,000, take a long entry there, and if you see it trading below 34,800, you can take a short entry there. Remember 34,800 definitely a stronger support for US30. Below that it might try to drop sharply. How far this could go, this is also, remember, you can see higher lows has been getting connected here at 34,800. So once it breaks 34,800, you can take a short entry, and you can expect it to hit this zone at 34,500, and in fact, so 34,600 and then 34,500. Below that it may try to break heavily on the downside. So take your positions accordingly. Also, if you see it reversing on the upside, 35,050 is the level where you can go long. Now look at this on the 3-hour charts. Also remember, if you see it breaking on the before the minutes release, probably it may try to reverse. That is also we can expect. But look at the 3-hour charts. On the 3-hour chart, consistently higher highs. This time it failed to break past this highs, and despite the highs achieved, it is dropped considerably. So if you see it breaking below this zone at 34,800, definitely you can go short there. You can expect it to give a sharper red candle, and consecutive red candles can be expected, where it will break this channel and trade on the downside towards 34,400, 34,200 can also be expected. Now on the flip side, if you see it rising beyond 35,000, take a long entry again, then 35,200 and 35,400 definitely will get achieved. So I'll come to the levels. I'll give you the explanation on what to do on the hourly charts. You can see it is trying to form a symmetry here, and probably it may try to either give this or give this. Both ways it may try to act as possible. The pivot is right now at around 35,000, breaking 35,000. Rather, I will say you can take a long entry at 35,050, then 35,220 and 35,400 will be expected. And on the downside, once it breaks 34,800, you can expect it to drop till towards 34,600 and 34,500 levels. Similarly, on the hourly charts, the story is somewhat same. Now let's have a look at the daily charts. On the daily charts, you can see the high is being seen. So it has formed the highs. Now it is looking forward to a low, and hence 34,600 can be at least expected that it might try to hit 34,700 and 34,600 levels. Below that, it will try to break heavily on the downside towards 34,300 levels, and in fact it can go well below this also. So mark my words, if it breaks below 34,800, the next target is 34,660, then 34,660, then 34,600, and on the downside it will break till towards 34,400 and 300 levels also. Now let's have a look at the indicators here. On the indicators, you will find now on the daily chart, this is the 20 period moving average lying close to 35,000, and this is the exponential moving average 20 period which is giving it a resistance. So that is why I say go long after 35,050. You can expect 35,200, and then beyond that it will fly towards 35,400 level. On the downside there is a support at 34,500 levels, and then 34,800 definitely is a strong support. Now look at the stochastic here, and the stochastic, similar thing which I drew for US100, I am trying to draw for US32, and you can see if it tries to reverse, it is definitely going to go further down, and if it breaks on the upside, probably we may see a sharper rise. Right now I think it is going to break probably if it continues to drop below 34,800 levels. Now look at the MACD, it is running parallel, and RSI is not showing any signs of stress. Now let's have a look at the 4-hour charts. On the 4-hour charts, you will find that 34,800 definitely a stronger support on the 4-hour charts, and also you can see the 100 period moving average trying to give it a resistance. That is why I say go long beyond 35,000, then you can expect it to hit 35,050, 35,100, 35,150, and 35,200 every 50 points. So every 50 points there is a little resistance available. Also if you see it dropping. Now look at the stochastic is on the 4-hour charts, it is looking downwards. Probably if it continues to drop before, it may go oversold before the Fed takes a before the Fed gets released the minutes, and at the time with the minutes it may try to bounce back again. So yes, we have to be very cautious. If you see it dropping before, probably with the Fed it may rise again towards 34,800 levels, and beyond that also the MACD lines are running comfortable. Considering this, let me jump to the levels here, and yet again I will give you the same trading levels. This time the range is a bit wide, but you have to be very cautious again. So go long above 35,020, then you can expect 35,050 a stronger resistance. Remember yesterday it traced from these levels perfectly precisely. Beyond that 35,110, 35,160, and 35,200. Till here I will expect probably even if it achieves, it can try to drop from here, but if it breaks this, my next target is directly towards 35,400. Sorry, 35,400. It can rise till here. Remember, it can rise strongly and it can rise till these levels. On the downside, once it breaks 34,800, I will expect that it is going to drop sharply. It is going to drop more, and once it breaks 34,800, the next target is 34,720, 34,660, 34,600, 34,500, 34,350, and 34,280. So it can drop till here, it can drop below those levels also. Beyond that 34,100 and 34,000 can be expected. So one sharp red candle, everything takes off. So trade cautiously, but if you see it dropping before, it will try to rise with the Fed. If you see it rising before, it may try to drop with the Fed, and it may try to, once the minutes are released, don't trade for 5 minutes. See, for the very first minute, the direction it takes, it will definitely take an opposite direction to what you are looking at. Let's say the Fed minutes get released and the market flies towards 35,200, 300 zone. Probably it is going to dip again. Take a short entry immediately. Probably it might try to drop again. So trade cautiously, trade with stop losses. Don't miss the stop loss today. Well, while putting order itself, put the stop loss and also take in an entry. Please see if it is sustaining in a particular direction. If you are looking long, look for 10-15 minutes 5 minutes candle and see if it is looking green and it can continue with this, then only take a long entry, put the stop loss there and trade safely. Now you can also join my Telegram channel, reach out to me for any of your trading or training related queries, and that's it from my side. Thank you very much. Have a great profitable trading day ahead. Thank you.